I was just afraid, like I was just afraid of everything. And I just started getting really sad because like that could be me, you know, but it wasn't reality. Hello. Okay, so like a week ago I posted this poll on my main Instagram story asking, does anyone else feel like no matter how hard you try at school, it's just not for you? And then there's a yes or no. And I also asked, feel free to send me stories of why or why not / how you dealt with it. And I got a ton of responses from people feeling the same way about school. So I thought it would be fun just to share my own story and my own school journey with you guys as I get ready and do a simple makeup routine. Hopefully you guys find this at least relatable, if not helpful. So yeah, let's just get started. And I don't really know where to start, so I'll just start from like literally the beginning of my school journey, which is preschool. So believe it or not, like when I was in preschool to 3rd grade, I was actually like super smart. Like I was not trying to brag, but one of the top students in my class, and I would always just be that like teacher's pet and get good grades and read a lot, and I did reading for fun. But then I moved to another city like the summer before 4th grade. But after I moved, my grades and school was just kind of downhill from there. Like there would be times where I just got like really bad grades, and then obviously like it depends on what class I was taking, and yeah, even up until now, like I just have not had the best grades. I'd say I'm an average student, like I'm not the worst, but yeah, school's just always been a struggle for me. Like no matter how hard I try, no matter how much I study, you know, it will sometimes pay off, but sometimes it just doesn't work. As for career path, I wasn't ever really like completely sure on what I wanted to do, but I've always had some type of like idea. Like I've always known I wanted to do something creative, something that lets me create things. But I just, in middle school and high school, like I couldn't accept that that was what I wanted to do, because I just felt so much pressure to do something more practical, more realistic, and more convenient, and just something that would like make me a lot of money, obviously. I don't know why I felt that way. Maybe it was because, you know, I'm the oldest out of my sisters, and I just felt pressure to be the first one to get like a college degree or something. Also, the environment I was in, the friends I had, when I told my friends my dreams, like they were not very supportive. Like they would literally laugh at me sometimes, and you know, I know those are not like my real friends, but like it hurts when it's from someone you think you're really close to and like you've been around with for so long. And that just like really discouraged me from chasing after what I want. But in high school, I started taking this architecture class, and I actually fell in love with it. Like I thought it was a good balance between like being something that was practical, something that would make me money, and something that would let me be creative. So I thought that that was what I wanted to do when I got older. So when I went off to college, I started to take some architecture classes to pursue that as my major, and I still loved it. Like I went on for about 3 years or so, just like pushing myself and doing the best I could, even though some of it was like really hard and I got some bad grades. But I felt like I was just being held back for some reason, and you know, like honestly a big part of that was because of math. But truly I think I was holding myself back because I knew that that was not what I wanted to pursue. While I did love architecture, and I still do, I don't see myself doing it for the rest of my life. And my last semester that I took architecture, I just started getting really sad and upset because I saw people doing what they wanted to do. I saw them pursuing what they wanted to pursue in the future. And I just started getting really sad because like that could be me, you know, but it wasn't. I was just here settling for something that I thought was gonna be good for me just because people said it would be good for me. Okay, I'm starting to rant. I totally forgot I'm doing a get ready with me makeup whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on to blush while I let my eyeliner dry. I'm using the Glossier Cloud Paint and I'm mixing this one, Dawn and Haze together. So yeah, I just remember that last year, I just did not give it my all because I just felt like it was pointless and a lot of wasted time. Like, I still took those classes, I don't know why, but I still took those classes because I was scared of taking the risk of changing my major. And I was scared of what other people would say about me, like especially my friends in my architecture club. Like I've gotten so close to them and I love them so much, but like I was just scared that they would criticize me for moving on. I was scared I'd be some type of a disappointment to my family, and I was just scared obviously of the huge risk that it was to risk this stable career path in order to pursue my dreams. Obviously that is scary in itself, but I remember I was just talking to God one day and I just asked him to literally just give me any type of sign that would confirm between whether I should keep pursuing architecture and this career that I didn't want for my life, or whether I should just go for it and take the risk. But literally like the whole week I prayed that, he showed me signs every day, and I clearly remember the point that literally confirmed it. I was just walking out of architecture class one day and I was just feeling really bummed because like that class was just like, I was just not here for it. And you know, obviously I was still going back and forth about like my decision to switch majors. And while I was walking back to my car, this older lady, she stops me and she says, "Oh, you look like you should be in a magazine." She said, "You look like one of those like fashion Instagram people." And I was like, wow, thank you, when I was literally just wearing, I was literally just wearing straight up some ripped jeans and a sweater, like the most basic outfit ever. I mean, it was still cute, but like basic, like, you know what I mean? And she talked to me after that for a little bit, and you know, I was just blown away by the word that I received. Like, I was just so tired of being in that place, being complacent. Okay, wait, I don't even think I even told you guys like what my dream was or what I wanted to do. So actually, going back to middle school, I used to watch a ton of YouTube videos, like fashion YouTube videos on lookbooks, what to wear to school, like makeup stuff, just stuff like that. And I was just so like inspired by all those videos I watched, because not only did they teach me how to like do things, but they've taught me so much about life, like how to be confident in myself, how to believe in yourself, how to embrace your acne, your insecurities. And obviously in high school I never believed I could do that, just because like I was insecure in myself, and obviously because like reality, hello. But throughout middle school and high school, I've always thought like it would be so cool if I could be an influencer. By influencer, I mean like actually influencing people to like be the best they can be, and just like inspire people the way other people from those videos have inspired me. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I've always dreamed of doing something in fashion, makeup, YouTube, whatever. And so I wanted to switch my major from architecture to fashion. And in high school, like, I would always be the one to like dress up the mostest. Like, I would wear heels to school almost every day. I would even sell clothes that I didn't want at my locker. Like a lot of people would buy my clothes from my locker, and I made a lot of good money from that. And I just remembered, like, so many people at school, they would just compliment me all the time. And I've always loved taking pictures for like fashion purposes. I've always liked taking pictures of my outfits. So I thought to myself, if I can't do this as an actual career, why don't I just do it as a side thing? And so that's what I did. I started taking time to film a lot of stuff. I bought this expensive camera and some photo shoot equipment. And there have actually been many times, like before I started YouTube, that I filmed content and I edited everything and I just never released it because I was just afraid. Like, I was just afraid of everything, of people, of not being good enough, of judgment. And so that's what actually led me to want to just switch majors, because I was making all of this content and not showing it to people. Like, making content takes a lot of time and effort and energy, and at the time I just didn't have that because I'm a workaholic. I was working at the time, and obviously I needed money because I wanted to create great content, you know, obviously with good lighting, with a good background, with a good camera. So I wanted to save up money for that. But in the end, I didn't even have time to create the content to the full extent that I wanted it to be. And obviously that's with school on top of everything. So just like, I was just a very busy person and did not have time for this. Obviously that's not the only reason why I quit architecture. So when I made that decision, like, it was the hardest thing trying to tell people. Like, there have been so many days where I just cried because, like, I wasn't able to tell people, or like I felt like I wasn't able to tell people, and when I did tell people, like, I just felt like I was letting them down, even though for the most part, like, people were supportive of me. I was actually really surprised at everyone who was supportive of me, because I did not expect that of them. Especially my architecture professor. Like, bruh, I went to him and I told him about what I was gonna do, and I told him about switching my major, and I was literally in his office just bawling my eyes out, like ugly crying. It's just bittersweet because I've made a relationship with him and all of those students in the architecture program for the past 3 years. Like, we've gotten really tight. So it was hard telling everyone, and I'm not gonna lie, like, literally the past few months of the semester, I just stopped trying. I stopped going to class because I felt like I didn't belong there. Not because I felt like, oh, I'm doing something else now, oh, I'm gonna do something better for myself, but because, like, I just felt out of place. And people knew that this is not what I wanted to do, so obviously that's just a mindset thing, but it was just very hard trying to do school the past few months that I had left. And there's actually a lot more to that part of the story, but moving on to now, I decided to take a semester off of school just to, like, get my mind in the right mindset and just to, like, be able to create content. Luckily, I decided to take a break when the pandemic started. But just like I had doubts with my architecture studies, you know, obviously you're gonna have doubts no matter what you decide to pursue. You're gonna face a lot of different trials, but with doing this, I have felt like the most me I can be, if that makes sense. Like, I've never felt so free just being able to do what I want and say what I want, and just take ownership of that. Okay, first of all, I'm like pretty much done with my makeup look. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Obviously you saw what I did. I'll link the items below. Yeah, I always just do this cat eye and some mascara, a lot of blush, and lipstick and brows. Yeah. So yeah, I actually finished my makeup quicker than I thought, but let me just get on with the story because that's actually not the end of it. There have been some things during quarantine that made me realize I should go back to school. And one of the reasons was because I was so close to getting my architecture certificate, and you know, I left like a few classes before I was able to get it. So in the beginning of August, the beginning of the semester, I decided to take more architecture classes just to get this over with and just to at least have something tangible, an achievement that's tangible that I can say that I have in the back of my hand in case like I ever need a job. But I put that poll on my Instagram because I'm still struggling with school, even though I took a break from it and I decided to think about things. You know, school is just not for everyone, and maybe it's not for me, but I'm trying my best. Obviously, everyone's career path is different from everyone's, so I am not saying at all to copy me because where I'm at right now, it's still a mess. It's just, the only difference is I love what I'm doing and I can see myself doing it for the rest of my life. And even though it's hard, I'm willing to pursue it because I think the outcome is way better than doing something I don't like for the rest of my life. All that to say, just like be really introspective of what you like, what you don't like, whether or not school is for you. Just take time to think about that. Like, unlike me, some people aren't dreamers and they are just like, you know, very logical, very realistic, and that's okay. Like, if you want to make money, like, do it. Like, do what you think is best for your life, what you want. And if school is not for you, don't worry about that either, because obviously school is not for me. There are many other options you can pursue. You don't have to do school. I just believe that if you truly invest your time and energy into your craft and resources, and you connect with a lot of people, like, you can make it. You can survive through life doing what you want to do. So yeah, that's just my take on it. Like, obviously it's not gonna be everyone's. But yeah, there is a lot more to my story, but that's just the gist of it. I didn't want to take too long talking about this, but I just wanted to have a space to be vulnerable with you guys, and you guys can always reach out to me. I'm here to listen if you guys are struggling with something. And yeah, this is more of a talk video than a get ready with me video, but here's my makeup and that was my little talk. So love you guys. Thanks for watching.